Hey guys, hope you all enjoyed that very wet game. Dolphins put the doggies to the sword at the end there. It was only a 12-point game with about 20 to go. Then a really controversial call. The Bulldogs knocked it on, and Isako went for like a 20-meter run, and then like went into touch, and then they just called it no advantage, and then Herbie scored a try off the back of it, and then it was game over from there. So yeah, very interesting call. That's the way I saw it. I don't know. I haven't heard too much on socials or anything, but yeah, it seemed very controversial to me. But yeah, Dolphins way too good tonight. Yeah, pretty disappointing performance from the doggies, but they'll be back. They're having a great season. I'm going to do the review, but we're going to have to do it on a here because apparently no one got any stats here. I was very happy for about 60 minutes of that game as a non-Herbie owner, even though I wanted him all week and all of last week. And then, yeah, that try really sealed his fate. He was on about 33 with 20 to go, so I was stoked. And yeah, to get a 56 in that game with that weather, that's like a 90 in normal weeks. So yeah, you should be stoked with that score as an owner, but we'll get into the doggies first. Kicking us off, Joshy Curran with 78. There were a few people talking about wanting him. I didn't love him in his role, but he actually ended up playing in the second row. And yeah, like Harry Hayes was in the middle. So yeah, he won't continue for too long because Preston will be back at some stage. But yeah, like in the second row, he has very good stats. And if I knew that was happening, I probably would have recommended him more. But he's just a bit too highly priced. He has good buys, obviously, but yeah, with Preston back in the team in a couple of weeks and a few, like Max King obviously will return, and then a few other guys from suspension injury. I don't know what his role will be moving forward, but if you took a flyer on him this week, you're absolutely stoked with that. 60 tackles is crazy. Yeah, he was awesome. Probably the standout for the doggies and a pretty shit team overall. Harry Hayes as well, 65 and 57 minutes. So yeah, like I mentioned, he was actually playing in the middle and got decent minutes. 49 tackles. Yeah, it was just a wet weather game. It's going to suit the forwards, but heaps of errors, which takes a bit of time off the clock. But yeah, those two boys really carried that Bulldogs squad in fantasy. Like no one else pumped out a 50. So Burden was next with a 46. There was a bit of interest in him. He's only priced at 41. Yeah, he got a 46. He did go off with a HIA as well, so he missed. Says he missed 11 minutes. I can't imagine why he didn't miss 15 minutes because it was a HIA, so that's a bit weird. But yeah, pretty decent score, especially in that sort of game. Kick meter's a little bit down, but yeah, it's pump out a 46 in a game like that. You'll be pretty happy if you did bring him in. Reid Marnie, I thought he'd play 80, I guess just with the game being a blowout. Yeah, he had a spell with 12 minutes to go. He wasn't great in real life. He got a few warnings from the ref as well for just being Reid Marnie pretty much and antagonising everyone. Turpin on the bench was a little bit concerning. That didn't seem to be a reason why he played reduced minutes. I think it was just the blowout. Hopwoy, he managed to nab himself a try. It was only worth 8 points in fantasy. But yeah, good on him for scoring his first try in his 9th game. Apart from that, he scored a 23 in 37 minutes. So try is good, the minutes are good, but the score not so much. Like to only get 23 and 37 in a game that suits forwards is probably not super ideal. But he was just a cash out. So you'll take a 31 at the end of the day. If you knew he was going to get that coming into the round, you'll take that. He was also moved to the bench an hour before kickoff with Sammy Hughes starting, but he only played 17 minutes or so. And yeah, just weird. Like last year, everyone was on Sammy Hughes and he was named to start every week, and pretty much every week he moved to the bench. So it was funny to see him back for the first week this time and then on the bench and then come into the starting side with an hour to go. But yeah, nothing too much to note there. You're not bring him in as a massive scorer and you'll take a 31. I assume you just brought him in for the cash down and a few points this week. So yeah, nothing too crazy there. Blake Taff was another cash down option, not a great one, but he was an option. He got a 25, so nothing too exciting there. Yeah, doggies got pumped in wet weather. You're not going to see too many great scores there. Herbie was the best for the Dolphins in fantasy with a 56. Yeah, like I said, he was on 33 with like 20 to go, and I was stoked, and then had that try off the back of that nonsense call, and I knew as soon as that call happened what was going to happen. I knew Herbie was going to be involved in a try, and Was hoping it wouldn't be like that. He had a scoot from dummy half, so it turned into a 17-point try. Then off the back of kickoff, he got another tackle break in like 20 metres. So, yeah, it was not a fun 5 minutes to watch for me, but I know a lot of people have him, so good for you. And yeah, like I said, a 56 is a monster score in that weather. So, yeah, you should be absolutely stoked with that if you weren't aware of what the conditions would have been like. So, yeah, I think he's like 70% owned now. So, yeah. A lot of people have him. I'm just glad he didn't go monstrous even in that weather. I can take him hitting his average, that's fine. Same with Katoa. He was on 20 after 22 minutes and then was on 26 at halftime. So he really slowed down. But again, in a game like that, in weather like that, you'll take a 55 all day. Yeah, he just looks really consistent. I think he should get another missed tackle. He had two like insanely clear ones back to back and he only has one. So this is before update, so you can probably expect him to lose one. I do expect Herbie to lose a tackle break as well, but who knows with these scorers. But yeah, they both had a really good score. Kurt Donahue, what a monster. He broke his nose after like 10 minutes, was ruled out of the game, and then 5 minutes later we saw him warming up on the sidelines and came back on a couple of minutes later. Yeah, super strong effort. I was glad to see him get over at the end. And yeah, 55 in fantasy is good. He's not really an option, even though he was good last week as well. Just with JMK back at any stage, yeah, it's hard to tell. It was probably a flyer, if anything. But yeah, he looks really solid in real life. I'm sure he'll get a starting role down the track in his career at some stage, and he might be decent. But yeah, for now, you can probably just leave him. Lemuelu, I don't know why I struggled with that in videos, but yeah, he got a 45 in 51 minutes. He had a bit of interest starting in the second row, but an hour before kickoffs, he moved to the bench. And yeah, hopefully if you did pick him up, you saw that. But yeah, a 45 is really good. He had a late try assist, offload and stuff like that, which helped. But yeah, there's no interest if he's starting on the bench every week. But we'll see what happens moving forward with Tommy Gilbert out for the season. No one too else of interest in that one. Yeah, like Jake Everilo with a 31. Nothing too crazy. That's about it. The only real popular guys in that game were Herbie, Katoa, and then Hopway. So, yeah, only the 5 games this week. Wasn't the best game of NRL in those conditions, but yeah, hopefully you came out of it all right. And yeah, good luck this weekend. See ya.